Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Florian Brand, co-founder and CEO of Atai Life Sciences. Florian, tell us a bit about ELE-101, what it is, and how does it differ from psilocybin?
Thank you, Stephen, for having me again. Very happy to walk you through the rationale for ELE-101. It's basically an IV formulation of psilocin, which is the active metabolite of psilocybin. So psilocybin is always turned into psilocin when broken down in the body, and we're developing an IV formulation of psilocin for depression. When you look at psychedelics, especially the first generation compounds that are in development, like psilocybin or LSD, they have quite a long treatment duration. They have to be administered in a clinical setting, and those sessions last up to 12 hours when you look at LSD. For psilocybin, it's more around 6 hours. And we hope to improve upon that time need by aiming at a 2-hour treatment window in the clinic. And we assume that this provides much greater convenience for patients and also reduces the resource burden on the healthcare system. In addition, we hoped that the IV psilocin formulation, ELE-101, will have a better predictable and less variable profile when you compare it when given to patients. So basically that we reduce the interpatient variability of the drug.
So what do the phase 1 results tell us, Florian?
So what we've observed in the phase 1 in healthy participants is that ELE-101 was well tolerated with no serious safety concerns. So that was very important and it's very encouraging before we take it into a phase 2. And to actually inform the dose selection for the phase 2, what was also very encouraging is that we observed basically a dose proportional pharmacokinetic profile, meaning that the drug levels in the body were predictable with increased doses. So that helped us to inform the dose selection. And what was also encouraging is, as we talked about the shortening the treatment duration in the clinic, is that the data that we observed or collected in the phase 1 is basically supportive of that shorter duration of an approximate 2-hour long stay in the clinic.
So what's next for ELE-101 then?
We guide that we dosed the first patient in the phase 2A study. So that phase 2A is a small 6 to 12 patient study. And we are anticipating data in H2, so in the next half year, still this year. So very much looking forward to initial read on the efficacy of that compound in a patient, in a small cohort of patients.
Can you tell us more about the 2-hour treatment paradigm that you mentioned earlier, Florian? Do you have any other assets and developments targeting this time frame?
Yes, absolutely. As we discussed earlier, there are a couple of later stage trials investigating, as we call it, first generation psychedelics in different neuropsychiatric indication, depression, anxiety. We have been kind of a long-standing supporter of the development of psilocybin. We still have an ownership stake in Compass Pathways, which is developing psilocybin therapy with COMP360. They're guided for phase 3 data in Q4 this year. So very much looking forward to that data set. Early on, with the approval of Spravato, which is an intranasal S-ketamine spray approved in treatment-resistant depression, realized is that through the establishment of this 2-hour treatment paradigm that comes with Spravato, so 2-hour in the clinic treatment paradigm, we have a paradigm with a large pharmaceutical player like J&J in the background that we could potentially leverage if some of the shorter duration therapies are approved to ensure a scalable and accessible approach in depression. And that's relevant for us in particular because we have 2 more compounds in development that leverage that window, which is BPL-003, an intranasal formulation of 5-MeO-DMT that is investigated in treatment-resistant depression patients. And then we have VLS-01, an oral transmucosal formulation of DMT, which is basically also intended to be explored in depression patients. So I'm very much looking forward to kind of continuous new data updates from these programs as well. And I think what becomes clear that we're quite excited about the potential of the short duration paradigm when it comes to interventional approaches in psychiatry.
Florian, I hope you'll keep us posted on any progress with all those programs. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Thank you.
Florian Brand is the co-founder and CEO of Atai Life Sciences.